What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to From the Top Rope with Andrew Crawford. I'm Andrew Crawford, your boy, the GOAT. Not the GOAT, but I look like a GOAT. Close enough, am I right? I think I'm right. And tonight on the channel, and I say tonight because it is 12:24 a.m., I will be counting down my top 10 best Royal Rumble winners. These are the best to me. These are some of my personal favorites. I love the fact that these guys won. I love the main events at Mania. Like, I've put a heavy emphasis on how do I feel about this Mania match. That is something I have decided to do. And there's a lot to just unpack with these, but one of the main things I base off of is, was the match at Mania good? Was there really anyone else that should have won? And so on and so forth. But with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Number 10, Cody Rhodes 2023. Now, in 2023, when Cody won, the only thing about him coming back and winning that I didn't like was his entry number. You know, because this was supposed to be kind of like an underdog journey of sorts, and Cody coming in at number 30 to win kind of felt, because he ended up eliminating the number one entry, which was Gunther, which kind of put a damper on the whole thing for me. I kind of thought that if Cody was going to come back and win, him being the Iron Man made a lot of sense to me, but he did win. And as much as I ragged on it when it first happened, Cody losing to Roman gave you another year to build this climactic Avengers Endgame level final battle between Cody and Roman. So looking back, I can actually watch the WrestleMania 39 main event with tons of fondness. And yeah. Number 9, Stone Cold 1998. 1998 was a very strange year as a wrestling fan, because we're hot off the Montreal Screwjob, which kind of symbolized the end of the New Generation era with Bret out of the company. And there was a lot more with it, but Bret leaving and him being the catalyst of the New Generation era, it was a huge deal. And Vince said it's time to make a new megastar, not a superstar, megastar. Stone Cold is one of the biggest megastars in professional wrestling history, and hot off the heels of his back-to-back Rumble win, that might be a reason why. Not to mention, he would go on to beat Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania for the WWF title, with an iconic call from JR saying the Austin era has begun. And it was not just the Austin era, it was the Attitude Era, which is one of the best eras in professional wrestling history. I say one of the best. The reason I call it overrated is because everyone calls it the best. I don't think it's the best. I think it's one of the best, but not the very best. That's just my opinion. If you don't like it, oh well. I'm not going to be mad at you, because opinions are exactly that. They are what one person thinks. Not everyone has to think it. Number 8, John Cena 2008. I put this one pretty low on the list because the return is iconic, but it is a very hurrah oh moment, because it's like, oh, Cena's back, let's go, this is kind of cool. Because that's his music. Every time it hits, it is a shot of adrenaline to the soul. Wrong superstar. But also it was a thing of, oh, he's gonna win, isn't he? When Batista had been in there for a hot minute, putting on a great showing. Triple H had only been in there since, I think, the entry number 29, but was cooking with gas. You know, maybe a young guy was gonna win, like a Mr. Kennedy, and then Cena showed up, and it's like, ooh, this is happening. But here's the thing, I'm not mad. I love Cena. You know, I tried not to. I tried to make myself not love Cena. He's one of the GOATs. Gotta love him. And especially the way he improved from his rookie year, even up to 2008, all the way up to his U.S. title run. It's really cool. I think that triple threat with him, Triple H, and Randy at Mania is criminally underrated. And I mean criminally. It does not get the love it should. I love that match. And honestly, genuinely still shocked Cena ended up losing. Number 8, I have 2 number 8s because I wanted them both on here. So this is basically my top 11 best Rumble winners. But at the second number 8 spot, Edge in 2010. I think it's a very iconic return, an iconic moment, and given everything that Rumble and that road to WrestleMania set up, it was really amazing. You know, you had Edge facing his former tag team partner for the world title, Cena and Batista WWE titles, Streak versus Career, Taker and Shawn. So I think that knowing what WWE's plan was at the moment, no one, obviously, like none of the fans knew, but looking back and kind of in a hindsight kind of manner, being like, Edge winning is definitely the right call. Now, had it ended up being an Edge and Undertaker rematch, and, you know, Shawn didn't get the rematch with Taker, then maybe we're talking a little bit different, but it ended up being Edge and Jericho. That was a very fantastic match, especially the M spot after Edge had lost and he speared Jericho through the barricade. But yeah, my second number 8 spot, because this is an 11 spot list, because I couldn't take one out, Edge in 2010. Number 7, The Animal Batista. 2005. Like I said, Batista was going to be 05. Batista's 05 Rumble was going to both be on my best and worst winners list because there were plenty of Ruthless Aggression era stars that probably could have won, but also Batista was still a Ruthless Aggression era star. He had been built into being an outright monster. And you know, that build with Triple H is one of my favorite builds in Mania history. When he's got the contract, he throws down the Raw contract. Triple H was like, yeah, he's going to go to SmackDown, I get to keep my title. And then he gave him the thumbs down, the clothesline, the Batista bomb through the table. We love Batista on this channel. I will not tolerate Batista slander. But I absolutely love that build. I love the Mania match. Batista's 05 road to WrestleMania. Not the fact that he won, but just how the build went and how the matches went and whatnot is why he's on this list. Number 6, we're gonna end this half of the video with the same way we started it. 2024, the American Nightmare, the son of a plumber, or the grandson of a plumber, the son of a dream, Cody Rhodes. In 2023, when Cody came back and he won the Rumble, I would have bet my house that Cody was about to win the main event of WrestleMania 39. And he didn't. And my main thought was, whoever booked this should be fired, initially. And then my second thought was, so where does Cody go from here? He builds himself back up, having a great feud with Brock, winning the tag titles with Jey Uso, and just getting dead set on a path to, well, finish the story. And then entry number 15 in the 2024 Rumble last year, he comes out puts on a great showing, has 4 eliminations, including CM Punk to win the Rumble, and he would go on to WrestleMania in Philadelphia and finish his story. And I won't lie, I cried. It is one of the best Manias of all time, and it's definitely the best Mania. And in ring wise, it may not have been the best match of Mania weekend, but in 20 years, when you ask someone, they're not going to say they remember the best in ring match. They're going to say they remember when Cody finished his story. Number 5, Drew McIntyre in 2020. The first half of the Royal Rumble in 2020 had me livid at the fact that Brock had cleaned house. There had not been a superstar in the ring Brock didn't eliminate. Ricochet comes out, Brock takes his sweet precious time at Drew McIntyre. Ricochet kicks Lesnar down low. Drew claymores him out of the ring to an ovation that is so hard to top. I've not seen many top it since, besides Cody, besides Punk, like absolute icons. And Edge. Edge is return top of that pop. But Drew had 2 of the biggest pops of the night when he eliminated Brock and eliminated Roman to win the dang thing. And I'm still kind of waiting for Drew to get his actual moment in front of fans, because a global pandemic decided to not let Drew get that moment in front of fans of toppling Brock, and it sucks. It makes me very sad. But it was just a very great showing from Drew. He cooked. That entire Rumble, as much as I hated that first half where I was like, they're just going to let Brock eliminate 29 guys in a row and win. I was actually kind of mad. I was like, no shot. And then Drew, I love that Rumble looking back at it. Number 4, and this is where the list is very tricky for me, I went with Triple H in 2002. The reason I've picked Triple H's 02 Rumble win as one of the very best is because, well, one, he's coming off a torn quad, first match back, and he performs very well in the ring. But the thunderous ovation in MSG when his music hits is ballistic. That entrance, his first entrance with the game instead of My Time, it is an iconic moment. And everything about Triple H going through the road to WrestleMania in 2002 was awesome. And the only reason that Triple H and Chris Jericho is not looked at with more fondness is because of Rock and Hogan. Because that match, I watched it the other day. Banger. And also, while I've got Triple H being talked about, first inductee into the 2025 WWE Class of the Hall of Fame, The Game, Triple H, soon to be a 2-time Hall of Famer, and on the inevitable day when Evolution goes in, 3-time Hall of Famer. Pretty dope. Number 3, the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. This moment, this night for Rey Mysterio was so meaningful to every professional wrestling fan and to everyone who loves a beautiful story. This road to WrestleMania, same thing. Rey draws his number earlier in the night. He laughs, looks up. Eddie Guerrero, recently having died, says, "Eddie, you got me." Comes out at number 2, and for the next hour and 2 minutes and 12 seconds, you couldn't help, no matter who you wanted to win, you couldn't help but think, man, it'd be pretty dope if Rey won. And he did. And then the build with Randy, leading to the triple threat where Randy looked at Ray and said, Eddie's not in heaven. Eddie's down there. Hey, that is sadistic writing. I kind of loved it. But then you have the triple threat, and where you're kind of like, they're not gonna let Ray win. No, there's no. And then when he does, that ovation in the last arena held WrestleMania. WrestleMania's been in the stadium every year since 2020 being the exception because of, well, pandemic. What you would think they were in a stadium, because that pop for Ray when he won was thunderous. I absolutely adored it. I love Rey Mysterio. He's one of my 10 favorite wrestlers of all time. You can watch that video. You know, you just gotta click on my little face down where it will have like the channel name and the title of the video. You can go watch all my videos. And please subscribe. Number 2, Randy Orton, 2009. This story and this Rumble match itself are why Randy's on this. Take the main event of WrestleMania out. Take the match itself out. It was still a good match, it just should have been no holds barred, no disqualification, something like that. Randy kicked Vince McMahon's head off literally 6 days before. And literally the story was, Randy's probably going to get fired tomorrow night. And then he won the Rumble, threatened to sue if they fired him because he was guaranteed the title match. And just everything with Triple H. It was so dope to watch all this unfold. You know, I remember being a kid and the whole stuff when Triple H broke into Randy's house and beat the crap out of him. I was like... And that was the first, like, true introduction I had to storytelling. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. Absolutely adored it. Randy winning was definitely the right call here. Looking back, maybe Triple H, but no, Randy had to win. There was no one else that should have won. Number 1, the greatest Royal Rumble winner of all time. Wasn't a career-defining moment. It wasn't a young superstar beginning to cement his legacy. It was an already 17-year vet of the company, doing everything he could do, winning world titles, tag titles, the hardcore title. The only thing he didn't do, and had an amazing WrestleMania streak. The only thing that the Rumble was another feather in the cap for the dead man. Number 1, greatest Rumble winner of all time, The Undertaker. An absolutely iconic Final 2. And, everyone was so sure that whoever in number 29, like, he came in like a house of fire. They were like, he's gonna win the whole thing. And then, and the gong, and JBL was like, yep, hold up, Michael, probably not. And then Undertaker puts on a great showing, even from the number 30 spot. Him and Shawn have a Final 2 that was just a little tease of what their WrestleMania main event match would be. And that the night on Raw, when he stares down every world champion, Batista, Lashley, Cena, he stares at Cena a little longer, and you're like, Undertaker with the spinner belt? Please no. And then he storms against Batista, cuts his throat, signifying Undertaker Batista Mania, one of Batista's best matches, if you ask me. Just an awesome build for Mania. 2007's Feud of the Year was Taker and Batista, and it all started with the Rumble. How could you not love Undertaker winning the Rumble? Undertaker is one of, if not the greatest professional wrestler of all time. How could you not be thrilled that he won a Rumble? And that's the video. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, please help me hit at least 300 by my 25th birthday, April 3rd. And stay tuned, because probably Monday night, I'm gonna say Monday night, I will be uploading my Royal Rumble vlog. I'm so excited. I get to go to the Royal Rumble again. I've never been to the Rumble. I get to go to another pay-per-view. I'm actually gonna be at WrestleCon. I get to meet Jeff Hardy. I'm probably gonna cry. But yeah, I'm gonna vlog most of the experience. Y'all have an awesome night, and I'll see y'all soon.